What's going on, everybody? I'm Tyler Caldwell. I'm here with Jonas Santana of Blackbird Cigar Company. And today we want to talk to you about this little guy right here, the superb Lancero.
What's up, Tyler?
How you doing, brother?
I'm always good every time I see you, man.
Listen, every day you wake up's a good day, baby.
You had a long time without seeing you, baby.
That's right.
What's up?
So, my first question to you about superb. Everything in the Blackbird line is related to some type of bird or a bird relation or everything. Where does superb come from when it comes to our fine feathered friends?
Let me tell you, the inspiration came because of the success of the Flamingo.
Okay.
The first Lancero that I did at the factory was the Flamingo.
That's right.
38 by 7. I'm like, I should try the Superb. Because of the blend that we have over there, I never say the blend, I only say the wrapper, which is Habano. Superb is the bird of the paradise. We did 51 blends before we pick up one. So after a burned out palette, and we took that 51st blend, and you feel like you just arrived to paradise. You know when you have 5 years without vacation, and you go to an island with a great tropical water? Oh, I needed this. So that's why we named it the Superb. Superb is the bird of the paradise.
Okay. That's very interesting. So, knowing that, Superb came out in not too long ago, 2022, 23?
No, the Superb was 23 when we moved to the new factory.
Yes.
That some of your team were happy to visit us. And what we did over there first is let's fix any blend that we need to fix. And after we're done with that, we have to make a new blend to let the people know we're back in the game.
Got you. So when you introduced Superb, you came out with the Robusto Gordo and a Toro,
That's correct.
right? I would imagine you probably played with maybe Lanceros with other core lines, things like that. What made the Superb the one to say, for you, a Lancero introduction? What made Superb that blend? That what was the not so much the inspiration, but what made you say this is the one that we introduce a Lancero to?
The goal is to make a Lancero of maybe each core line every other year, however we're gonna do it. But Superb was a success. And when we tried the Superb in the Lancero size and bring all the flavors forward, but even smoother. And it's like, did we arrive to paradise again with the Lancero? I believe real tobacconist guys or people that's trying to really go deep in the cigar industry will always appreciate a Lancero. Sure. It's not about the price, it's about the stimulation that you get in your palate. So when we did the Lancero and the Superb, we did the success in the Flamingo. We said, this is the one. We cannot go to another route. Like, you have a success, make the most of it, of that Superb. Let's give more to the people. People's asking for what else is there in the Superb line. So we bring it over here, especially because of the stimulation in your palate. And it's a cigar that if you smoke 5 of those in a day, you will not be tired of it.
Sure.
And that's something very important. Because when you get tired of a cigar, even if you like it, there's something over there that I don't like. I want you to not be tired of that. So you can smoke 5. It can be maybe good 45 minutes of smoke. Easy. You take a rest. Light up another cigar. And it's like, wow, I'm smoking everything again and with the same power of flavors.
There you go.
That's why we did it.
To you being the, partial creator of everything, for those who don't know, Papo is one of the masterminds behind the blending aspect for Blackbird and a long time history in the industry. To you, out of the other 2 sizes of Superb, what stands out the most flavor-wise to you in the Lancero compared to the other 2 sizes?
Lancero and the new box press Superb.
Okay.
But I think Lancero will stand out even more.
Okay.
When you make a Lancero, you probably need 2.5 leaf, binder and wrapper. If you overload tobacco, you're gonna have a tight draw. So the beautiful of a Lancero is it will give you a bigger taste of the wrapper. Habano is an oily wrapper. So when you select a grade A Habano wrapper, you get oil, you get some flavors, kind of sweet, not too much. You get all the spectrum of that leaf.
Right.
In combination with the fillers, man, like there's no words to express how beautiful it is. Look at the eyes, man.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Look at that. Like even when you look at the smoke, how dense it is. It's kind of like a little bluish, natural from the fermentation. You can see that this is a tobacco that everything is working in harmony. And I always tell the people, remember the word harmony when they are at one of my events. Harmony is when every single tobacco is doing a role. Let's say we have a rock band. Everything has to be in harmony in order for you to enjoy the music.
Sure.
This is the music we're enjoying right now.
That's a great analogy. I love it.
Sir.
Now, you did mention maybe some Lanceros coming with other core lines. Obviously, we don't want to spill all the secret sauce here, but out of all of your core lines, what would you want to see in a Lancero next?
In the core line, that will be the Unkind.
The Unkind?
The Unkind is a Cobra wrapper, so it has power and it has flavor. Also because the Unkind reminds me to my growing pains. Do you remember the story?
Vaguely.
So, with a lot of respect to the attorney, he used to be called the Raven.
Yes.
Then
yes.
I had a big problem. He called me. He was very unkind with me. And that's why I name it after him with a lot of respect. Nowadays, I have no hard feelings. But, with David and Goliath, who you wanted to win? Back then, I was the little guy. Everybody wanted me to win, right? So, it helps to bring a little bit of nostalgia on me. I don't know if that's the right word. Plus, that the Cuba Brazilian wrapper brings a lot to the table. So that will be the baby that I want to work now in the core line as a Lancero. That's my goal.
Okay. I would love to see it. And me personally, and I've told you since I very first met you many years ago, my favorite cigar, Vitola blend everything, has been the Jackdaw Corona.
Wow.
I would love to see what that's like in a Lancero.
In Lancero, that can be number 2 in the line.
There you go.
If I do that in Lancero, we have to do something very nice in the binder so we can downgrade any bitterness of the Connecticut. Very mellow. So you just have hints of the bitterness.
Sure.
So it's a Connecticut. But it must be something very elegant and something that you can also not be tired of it. I don't know if that's going to be a morning cigar.
Sure.
I don't know. I want something that Connecticut that you can also pair with a liquor without the liquor overwhelm the flavors of the Connecticut.
Sure.
So it has to be something very nice.
Well, going to what you just said about having a morning cigar, I don't know if I would classify this as a morning cigar, but this to me would be the perfect after lunch. You just got a nice little meal on you. Or, like you said, something to pair with a good liqueur or something like that. I could see this going with a nice, darker rum, a little bit of sweetness, bringing out the sweetness of this as well. But also, someone who's an espresso fiend, this with that little bit of a espresso background flavor would also be a great pairing for it as well.
For my lunch, even though I love cheesecake, I would prefer a great cigar and coffee.
Sure.
After lunch.
Don't get me wrong, I'll take the cheesecake too. But no, Superb Lancero is exactly what the name is. It is superb, as well as the Robusto, Gordo, the Toro. Being a Lancero fanatic, I'm always going to gravitate towards it. But for anyone out there who is interested in Lanceros, this is a great one to add to your rotation. If you're looking to try just a new blend in general, Superb is definitely something to put on your radar. And what else would you like to talk about Superb?
Superb is just superb.
There you go.
And definitely you will never clip your wings.
That's right.
You can only clip the cap.
There you go. That's on the next shirt. Cool.